The holidays are all over and it's time to hit the road again. I am extremely excited for the next like 10 days because we're road tripping. We're doing like a 10-12 day road trip to some of my favorite places in the Southwest. I'm super excited to be going back to some of my favorite spots. I'm really excited to show Jody some of them. Today we're starting by heading to Sedona and I think we're gonna hike to the Devil's Bridge. We made it to the trailhead for Devil's Bridge, and I did this hike last year on a day that I thought was probably going to be the quietest hiking day of the year, and it was quite busy up there. It was actually kind of packed up there. And then today I thought, well, this must be an even quieter hiking day because it's midweek after New Year's and the parking lot's probably double what it was last year. This place has just gotten so popular, but for good reason. It's an easy hike, about 45 minutes, not that much elevation climb, and the location is absolutely epic. So we're gonna pack up our bags, pack up the camera gear, and head up the hill. This will be the maiden voyage of the 5D Mark IV. I'm excited. So not only is this the maiden voyage of my 5D Mark IV, it's also the maiden voyage of hiking shoes. I hate hiking shoes, but you guys have bugged me so much for never wearing hiking shoes no matter where I hike that I finally sucked some up to buy some. Not because I'm going to be more comfortable, but because you guys will stop bugging me and I'm super self-conscious about you guys. So it's probably really hard to tell from this distance, but there's actually like a couple of people up on the Devil's Bridge. That's the Devil's Bridge way up there. For the most part, this hike up to Devil's Bridge is pretty easy, and it's why it's so popular, it's why it's so busy. But the ending part, the last like 100 meters before the Devil's Bridge is pretty tough. It's like straight up staircase on the rocks. If it's wet, it's slippery. If it's dry, it's slippery. But it's totally worth it. I'm so stoked to get up there. And we made it. We're at the Devil's Bridge. And again, from here, it doesn't look super epic. But right behind me, where these people are screaming, there's the Devil's Bridge. And you can see there's a gap there. So I'm gonna take my camera and set it up over on the other side and get the shot. Big takeaway of the 5D Mark IV, which is brand new as of yesterday on its maiden voyage, is that today it's like, I noticed the dynamic ranges are like way better than the 6D was. It's obvious. The light's really nice right now. You've got some soft light hitting the mountains, but we're in the shade here, and on the 6D I would have really struggled to grab all the dynamic range, even using a couple filters. But here I've just thrown on a 3-stop soft grad, and it's really beautiful. The light's just perfect. The other thing is, I've got built-in time-lapse mode on the 5D Mark IV, so I don't even need to magic lantern it. It's straight out of the camera, and it looks really good as well. So I got my shot set up. I think I kind of missed the light. There was really nice soft light for a second, and then as soon as I got set up, it disappeared. But I like the composition. The bridge is obviously there, but I have like this foreground here with the rocks, and it leads all right into the Devil's Bridge, and I think it looks really cool. I want to pose in the photo because I'm narcissistic, and so I'm gonna get Jody to push the shutter. Here, I've got it pretty simple. There's a 4-stop medium grad ND on, and then yeah, it's like F11 or something like that. Let's shoot it. There's always like a little bit of a queue here because there's always lots of people, but they move in and out really quick, and everybody's awesome here. Everybody's super respectful of each other, and it's kind of awesome because everybody kind of just lines up and waits their turn and then gets their shot. So there's just a couple people ahead of me, and then I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna climb out and then kind of dangle my feet off the edge a little bit. It's not risky, it's not as risky as it looks, but it's a dramatic look for sure. The thing about the bridge is it's actually, when you get out here, it's not scary at all. It's actually really wide. You could probably drive a truck across this thing, but it does look epic. So I think I'm gonna go sit down there. Knock that out, get the blood flowing a little bit. And now I'm gonna take a couple of shots, hopefully without people. So I'm gonna throw a 6-stop ND on and kind of fine art it. Got the travel stuff sorted with me out there. Travel photo is really helpful to have a person in the frame. But for the fine art stuff, it's better to get a little bit dramatic. So that's what I'm gonna do. Similar shot, no person. Let's get set up. We're sitting here for like a while and everybody kind of left except there's some, can I call you guys Instagrammers or are you just photographers?
Yeah, whatever.
There's some photographers here hanging out with us, and we were all kind of just being patient because it looked like the light was gonna go flat on us, but we kind of just had this hope, and then out of nowhere it's just gone like a really nice shade of blue and some pinks and oranges, and actually not in the picture right now, back that way it's just gone like bright orange, the same color as these rocks, and it's pretty epic here. So really stoked with the way the photos came out, and I guess it's time to hike back down. So the light was pretty magic there for a minute. I think I got some really cool photos, and I'm pretty stoked with the way the 5D handled. It's really nice with Canon gear switching between Canon bodies because there's not that much difference, but there's new features and new things I gotta get used to on this 5D Mark II. Mark IV, I mean. One of the things with this 5D Mark IV that I really like is actually the touch screen, and it's something I thought I would never use. When I'm shooting landscape photography, I'm using live view all the time, and it's really nice to not have to reach around and grab the shutter, but just tap to focus and tap to shoot off the shutter. And yeah, I really like that feature, and it's something I didn't think I would like. Overall, not a single negative with the 5D Mark IV. Absolutely loving it, and looking forward to putting it to more tests over the next couple days. We made it here to Flagstaff. Jody's getting some work done. I'm just editing some videos, and there's good news in that the images look really, really good off the 5D Mark IV. Really sharp. I'm stoked with what I'm seeing here, and I'm really happy overall with how that went down. Definitely a really good first shoot here in 2018. More good news, I also just got an email from DJI saying that my drone's being fixed, and then it's only gonna take 3 to 6 working days, which means this section of the road trip, which is like 10 days, is all that I'm gonna be without a drone. I mean, how epic would it have been to fly the drone at the Devil's Bridge? But no drone today. There'll be a drone back in a couple weeks. And I guess that's it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow as we head off on a pretty epic hike into Havasu Pai, checking out Havasu Falls, Mooney Falls, all that cool stuff in there. So I'll see you there. Peace.